So I've been invested in Red Light Node District for 1 month. In this video, I'm going to break down my third investment from my road from 1,000 to £1 million. Everything along the way that I've learned from this journey and everything that you need to know about the R&D project. If this sounds like something you're interested, then stick around for the video. What's going on, guys? My name's Johnny and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Johnny. Welcome, nice to meet you. I'm leaving the Royal Navy in 12 months, so I created this channel to document me on my journey of trying side hustles and investing. So at the minute, I'm really focused on DeFi, decentralized finance within crypto. So I've decided to give myself a target of turning 1,000 into £1 billion, and I'm going to document myself along this journey. So if this sounds like something you're interested in and you want to follow along my journey, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn bell notifications on so you can be notified every time I upload. So let's go straight into the video. Basically, this is my third investment and it's finally my first investment that's paid off on my journey. So my first investment, I invested into DeFi Finance. I put 1,000 into it. It doubled my money. I took that 1,000 out, and then luckily I did that because the project and all the DAOs went downhill rapidly. So my second investment was I took that £1,000 and I put it into Police and Thief, the NFT play-to-earn game. And this again, I got really lucky. I minted an Alpha 8 police officer, and then I had like 6 or 7 NFTs, and then phase 2 launched and this game sort of dwindled down. I managed to pull out £594 from this game, and the rest is sort of just left in. I don't want to sell these NFTs. However, I do feel like it probably was one of those moments where it's a learning lesson where I should have parted from it. So this leaves me with £594, and what do I invest in next? So about a month ago, on the 31st of January, I heard about the launch of Playmates, which is the RND, the Red Light Node Districts token. And I thought, oh, this looks exciting. The node projects, I've been invested in strong Thor power, and I thought, why don't I get in early on launch? So I stayed up, the project was delayed up until 2 AM, and I finally got in on launch. And I used all of my money available in AVAX, so £594 in AVAX, and I bought all the Playmates that I could on launch. I bought in around $6 to $7 as I had lots of slippage, and then I went to sleep. And then I woke up the next day and the price action had gone crazy. I'd done like a 3x from launch, and I thought, so this project, as I'll break down in the white paper later on, has loads of sales taxes. So I thought this could actually be sustainable for a little longer. So I kept it in the project and I didn't sell at that 3x. So then what I decided to do after looking further into the white paper is I decided to actually make some mansions. So I decided with my Playmates that I had 120 Playmates, I would buy 5 mansions, which is the name of the nodes on the R&D platform. So I bought 5 mansions and I told myself that I would compound to 10 mansions, which would earn me 10 Playmates per day. At this point, the token was about $21 or $22, and it looked like it was just going to keep going up. So I thought I'll compound to 10, and then it'll be like a couple of weeks, and then I'll be able to get my money back, and then I'll just be printing free passive income, which is obviously the goal with these node projects, is to invest and get your money out. So what I did, I compounded to 10 nodes, and that took me 18 days. So there I was midway through February with 10 mansions. And you know what I did here? And I actually am so thankful for, I actually stuck to my strategy, and then I accumulated all the Playmates I could. And on the 3rd of March, I sold 116 of my Playmates, and that got me over £1,000 back. So now we've got our investment back, our initial money that we're investing with, and we've now got something that's generating passive income per day. So I should have said at the start how the node project actually works. So you basically make mansions, it costs 20 Playmates to make a mansion, and then they give you 1 Playmate per day. So if you've seen my Thor videos and my strong videos, it's that same tokenomics, and where you invest a certain amount and then you get rewards per day in that native token. So basically you need 20 Playmates to make 1 mansion. So I had 120 Playmates, so I made 5 mansions initially. Then I compounded as I was getting 1 Playmate per day from 5, and it took me 18 days to get to that 10 mansions. And then these 10 mansions are producing 10 Playmates per day as each one makes 1 Playmate. So after tax, it's about $170 per day that these nodes are producing, which is obviously insane. I've sold $1,000 worth, and then I keep generating, and then I'm just going to keep selling the token. This is truly passive income at this point because I've got my initial investment out, and then every day these mansions are just generating that 1 Playmate per day, and I'll pop up the current Playmate price, but I think it's roughly about £8 to £10. So it's still £80 per day, completely passively because I've got my initial investment out. So I'm going to hop into the computer, I'm going to break down everything that I did for the research for this project, and then I'm going to explain to you at the end what I've learned from this and what I'm going to take forward and what are the lessons and how we can use it on this journey to really accelerate our goal to get to that 1 million target. So let's hop into the computer and I'll break down red light nodes and everything that you should be doing, that I'm doing when researching a project. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just me showing you what I've done and documented my journey and what I'm investing in. So let's jump into the breakdown of the project and the tokenomics. So the red light node district, or RND, is a node as a service protocol built on the Avalanche mainnet. It has been KYC'd and it's had its smart contracts audited by a third-party company called Coinscope. So how it works, it has a token called Playmates and a nodes, and then you have to invest a certain number of these Playmates to create a node, and these nodes will pay you out a token passively for a lifetime, or as long as the project lasts. What types of nodes are there? So you have 3 types of nodes in this project. You've got mansions, you've got districts, and you've got cities. To create a mansion, it costs 20 Playmates, and Playmates at the time of making this video are about $12. So to make one mansion, it costs about $240. However, the price will vary, and as we've seen with all the crypto markets, it can fluctuate. So at the time of making this video, it costs $240 to make one mansion. So initially when I bought in, I had 120 Playmates, and then I was able to make 5 mansions, and then I compounded those mansions up to 10, which is what I currently have now. So there's a max node limit of mansions of 200. So you can keep compounding your rewards into mansions up into the 200 cap per wallet, and then that's the limit that you can have. So the second node type is a district. To make a district, you need to swap 20 mansions and 20 Playmates, and these districts will pay you 1 Playmate per day and also give you 1.5% in bonus rewards for the nodes held in that wallet, and will reduce your wallet claim tax by 1%. So this was something that initially really caught my attention, because if whales want to benefit their wallet with that 1.5% bonus rewards, then they're going to have to trade from having 20 Playmates per day to just 1 Playmates per day, because they have to get rid of 20 mansions. So this stops people snowballing and compounding and really milking the protocol dry. And you can have a max cap of 10 districts in your wallet. The next node tier I'm going to talk about is a city. However, they haven't been released yet, but when they do, you'll have to trade 10 districts to be able to make 1 city, and they will give your overall wallet a 5% bonus in rewards. So this would be fantastic for whales, because if you've got, let's just say, 200 mansions in your wallet, 10 districts, and then 2 cities, that's going to give you an overall 10% bonus. Plus the 10 districts, that's going to give you an additional 15%. So overall, you can get a 25% additional rewards in your wallet from your nodes. So let's jump into the tokenomics. So it costs 20 Playmates to make 1 mansion. So these Playmates that you deposit are equally distributed, 80% to the rewards pool and 20% to the liquidity pool. If mansion costs 20 Playmates and they give you 1 Playmate per day, so this gives you 5% in daily rewards from your initial investment. So it means it has a rough estimate of 20 days ROI. This is where it leads into the sales taxes that I was talking earlier. So when I went from roughly making about $200 a day, minus the 15% claim tax and a 10% sales tax, you're left with 75% of what you make. So including tax, it takes about 25 days to get your return on investment, which is still a lot faster than many of these projects. However, if you don't claim and you don't sell and you just want to compound, you aren't taxed at all. So you can compound freely with 0 taxes. Additionally, a great feature which was unique to the project, so you can compound from your wallet and your unclaimed rewards, combine the two to make new nodes, which is fantastic, and I think other projects should really utilize this. Sometimes in your unclaimed you don't have enough to make a full node, and in your wallet you also don't have enough to make a full node. However, if you click the claims, combine it with your wallet, you take that 15% claim tax. So I think it's really brilliant that R&D added this, because it encourages people to keep the money in the ecosystem and compound, and it makes it really easy for you to build up your mansions, and therefore leading to districts and cities when they come out. So I mentioned earlier at the node cap limits, so you can get 200 mansions, you can get 10 districts, and you can get 2 cities, and then that's the max cap. When it comes to these mansions, these are just in the app and you can't do anything with them. When you trade those 20 mansions plus 20 Playmates to make the district, this has those additional rewards that we discussed earlier, and this also converts your mansions into a tradable NFT, as districts can be sold on an NFT marketplace. So it goes from just obviously a node that you cannot sell to a saleable node as an NFT in a district. So it means you can actually get not only the 1 Playmate per day and the 1.5% bonus and the 1% less claim tax, you can also get some of your initial capital back as you can trade them on an NFT marketplace. And I assume cities will be the same, except they'll have a higher fee because obviously you have to trade a lot more of mansions and districts to be able to earn them. Therefore, they'll be worth a lot more AVAX. And if you achieve all of these node caps, then you get a max wallet NFT, which would be really difficult, but a great goal to aim for. So I'm just going to show you what I look for when I'm researching these projects. I've been in DeFi researching for about 4 months, and I think this will be really helpful. So this is how I do the research for my investments, and this is typically how I break down my videos. But the trend is with these DeFi projects is that you have to be in early to be able to be guaranteed in making money. Obviously, this is a higher risk because you may have the chance of being rug pulled, which unfortunately is still happening.
Oh, it went to 0!
So remember that there's always risks. To be in early is typically the best play for you in these DeFi node protocols. So I'm going to break down how you can do your own personal research, because I won't always post about some of these projects, especially the higher risk with the R&D. Their initial launch was a bit sketchy. I didn't want to make a YouTube video about it early on and then have you guys potentially lose money, etc. So I'm giving you the tools here and exactly the method and the strategy that I use when I'm researching. I hope this will be helpful and we can jump straight into it. So first of all, go onto the website and you actually look at it. What is it like? Instant feedback you should get from yourself. You want to feel like these are developers. Obviously, they're developing smart contracts on the blockchain. They want to have a nice UI to the website because it always makes you feel a little bit safer. So this one, Red Light Node District, you come onto here and you get to meet their team. And then you come down and you got their roadmap and you can check out the different sectors within Red Light Finance. So R&D is actually just a section of the Red Light Finance. And then you come down and they show you the Discord. So that's obviously a massive thing to check. The community and the Twitter. So R&D have about 18,000 members in the community in their Discord and about 16,000 members on their Twitter, 16.7k Twitter followers, and they have 18,300 plus, almost 18,400 members in the Discord. So they've got an active community. Then I would recommend you coming down and you taking a look at all their links and you read through their tokenomics. Usually they try and break it down, make it easier. Exactly. So here they go through all the tokenomics. So they tell you about the sales tax, where it's distributed as well, so that's also useful to know. Transfer tax, so this is a whale tax that I haven't actually covered. So basically it's to stop people hitting that max node cap and then transferring their rewards to a second wallet so then they can compound there and sort of abuse the system. Given that 40% tax will stop people from being able to milk the system from just using multiple wallets, which I think is a great idea. Then you've got the claim tax, which we talked about, and then you've got an additional tiered whale tax. As you have more mansions, you get taxed more, which is just to stop those whale wallets just completely milking the protocol, which again, I really like. And they're still making a ton of passive income. It's just they don't kill the project off from having loads of initial capital, which especially helps the smaller investors like myself, and I'm sure there'll be lots of people watching. And then it tells you about the mansions and the districts, etc. So, and then FAQs are always really useful. It tells you about everything to do with the most frequently asked questions, funnily enough. So yeah, you go through there, you look at the community, you'd have a little general chat. If you've got any questions about it, it's always good to shoot it in here, see how active. So the founder, Alex, 8-Bit Alex, is always in there and he's talking about building their own blockchain. So there's like loads of different future things that you can find out about projects as they're launching that is worth checking out these Discords, and the same thing for their Twitter. So you've come on, you've had a look. So the first thing we want to check is their audit and KYC. So we come onto here, and as you come onto Coinscope, we can see, we can open their report and they've had audits, and then you click on KYC and they verified the project members. So we've got the security. That's the first thing I check. Second thing, community, Discord, and we look at the Twitter, and we just want to see how they're interacting and actually learn about the project. Then we come back onto the website and we've got about. So we learn about their mission, about their story, which is useful to know because then you get an understanding into where they hope to grow to as well. And then AMAs, these are always great because this means that they've taken the time to listen to questions from the community and then they respond to them with answers. And then this usually, like the frequently asked questions, will probably clear your mind for some of the questions that you have. So not all projects are as easy as this because Red Light Finance have made it super easy and they've got everything on their home screen. So what they plan on doing, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. So you know exactly that they've got a vision for this and it's going to grow. And that means obviously they want it to be sustainable. They want that long-term sustainability so they can get to that phase 3 and phase 4. So we've looked at the security, so KYC and their smart contract audit. We've looked at the community, are they active, the Discord and the Twitter. And then we've looked at the engagement of the developers and the project team with the actual community, so AMAs and in the chats. And then we're going to look at their Medium articles. So now we're going to learn about them. Go through and have a read. Usually start with obviously their first one. So this will just be them introducing and why they want to introduce it, why they thought that they should make this project when there's loads of obviously popping up. Everyone has their own little take on what they thought was different and what they thought should be changed with these projects. So you come through, and just have a read for their Medium articles, take it all in, and then you can see all their allocations, etc., and what they plan to do differently. Finally, what you want to do is you want to check their white paper. And this will break down everything that you need to know, tokenomics-wise, sustainability, the project team, everything. Every single question you should be able to find the answer to about the project before you invest in the white papers. So I always recommend going in and just reading every single white paper. Definitely read the white paper before you invest in a project. It's crazy the number of people that invest in projects that you see in Discords and then they end up, they literally haven't read the white paper and they're like confused as to why something clearly stated in the white paper is happening. So it's always important. So yeah, that's my 5 things is security, KYC, smart contracts, then community, then I want to check the engagement from the developers, then the Medium articles, then the white papers. So then you get an overall understanding of the project. I hope that helped. I hope this video is useful and informative and it told you a little bit about my story, what I'm doing and how I've got to 10 mansions from my initial £594 investment. I'm on that road from £1,000 to £1 million. So I'm hoping that Red Light will be able to backpack me, will be able to carry me towards that goal, and then I'll be able to build up a little bit of capital from this because of completely ROI'd, over £1,000 out, and then I'm going to put 50% into compound and then 50% out of the project and then keep growing towards that goal, and then we'll have more money to invest in other protocols. I hope this was helpful. It was a little bit different. I tried to do a mix of a bit of my narrative, my story, as well as some super informative information about R&D. Let me know in the comments whether this was useful, whether you actually like to have that bit of engagement with me. Instead of me just doing like a verbal white paper, I'm also giving you a little bit insight in the things that you could actually do to research your own projects. So we all grow together, because obviously I'm on a journey and then I'm hoping to take you guys along with me. That's the video. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your dad. I'm not your granddad. I'm just some guy on the internet. However, I'm trying to be as unbiased and taking you guys through my journey and showing you the wins and the losses. So R&D is going to be my first win after these 2 losses of these other projects. 4 months in DeFi. Subscribe to my channel if you want to follow along my journey, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Your boy's gone skis.